A very good afternoon to all of you. Today's topic is about fashion illustration. First we have to understand what is fashion illustration, and this is one of a very important subject in fashion design, which is throughout your semester, but it gets upgraded every year or every semester. Supposedly, for first semester, which is your foundation year, foundation semester, or foundation year, you do a lot of drawing. So basically, the idea of incorporating drawings in design is to transfer your thought on paper and to the precise or to the most nearest form of it. This is what is being done in fashion illustration also, and for that we call it as fashion for fashion design also, and that is what we call it as subject as fashion illustration. Basically, whatever you're thinking in form of a apparel or a dress or a accessory, you kind of draw it. But before drawing all these, you must be knowing about different cuts, different lines, different stripes, different patterns, and all that. I mean, the basic foundation, like what is the difference between a reglan, a magyar, all these sleeves? What is a lantern sleeve? What is a ruffle sleeve? What is the difference between layered and tiered, and things like that? So that once you have the understanding of all this, then you kind of do a lot of drawing. So, how do you proceed? It is not that you first learn and then you kind of proceed. No, you do it simultaneously. For example, if supposedly in your foundation year you're doing drawings, so drawings is supposedly they are telling you how to do a perspective drawing or a portrait or a object drawing or the the idea of a light, how it is being reflected, and all that. I mean, if you look at all these things in real life also, it matters a lot. Like before doing and recording the videos, I kind of adjust light, how it is looking, how am I looking. So that is very important, be it be any thought of design or any subject of design. They kind of teach you the basics, and these are the basics. So after doing this, supposedly in your second year, first semester, which is your third semester you learning about how to do illustrations, how to do the replica of a fabric. So they will ask you to take a piece of swatch. Swatch is the piece of fabric which is to be cut in a proportion of 1 by 1 or 2 by 2 or 3 by 3. It is always a square normally. I mean, I don't know how it is being perceived in your colleges, but whatever they are telling you, take it like that. And there is always a repeat unit size of a print or a pattern or a weave on it. So either it is alternative, and there are different types of uh, different placement of motif. So which I am going to tell you in one of the other episodes maybe. So once you try and understand what are the different uh, placements of motif, then you kind of decide your repetition unit, which is that also I will explain in the next episode. So once everything has been finalized, and then that is how you kind of draw. So what you normally do is in a square of 1 by 1, you make squares of 1 centimeters and try and replicate with 1 by 1 square on the sheet. You try and replicate the color and the pattern of the swatch, and here it is a drawing. So you kind of try and match and learn and have the patience, and you try to reach the maximum. Like for a twill weave, a denim, uh, you kind of do dry pastels, and you create diagonal lines to have that effect. But definitely fabric is definitely tactile, and this is not tactile, but you try to create. So please understand what I'm trying to tell you here is that fashion illustration is definitely, it is a thought of doing your ideas on a small proportion on a croquis on paper. It is transfer of your ideas on paper and nothing more than that. So you must very, very technically also understand that where the zipper or the opening of the garment would be. If it is it does not have any opening. It has to be a stretchable fabric. So things like that. And that should be very, very well drawn on your drawings. I mean, if it is a knit, what type of a knit it is, or plus you can always, after doing your croquis and draping the garment, and I mean designing the garment, you can put the swatches of the fabric that you want to kind of use in that illustration or in that garment while making it. So what is possible is, if you remember when you guys might be in school, you did labeling of the diagrams in biology. So it's same. So once you have done a croquis and you have draped it and you have rendered and colored and drawn the pattern on it, then try and label it with the swatches. And even if you want to write little specification, you can at the end of the sheet write 1, 2, 3, 4 and do your specification. Please understand. These are just the ideas that you have drawn in your head and transferred them on the paper. You can color them fully, you can color them half, but it is just an idea. So the more you draw, the better you become. So try and draw as many designs as possible, put them into categories, and also in the long run of your life, these drawings will help you understand what is that you enjoy the most. Do you like Indian wear? You like at leisure? What is the category that you like to do a lot? And whether illustration is your ball game. Also, in my tenure of, in my experience, there were a lot of times when there were students who could not do or make a croquis. So I just told them nothing to worry. It is, please understand, there are some students who are very, very good with manual drawings, and there are some students who are very good with computers. So you can learn it on Illustrator, Adobe Illustrator, and you can do it there also. But learning is the most important part. Try it. Don't just leave it because you're conscious or you're not able to. You're not a master, but gradually practice and patience and consistency will make you a master of the game. You would not believe that I started my career as the faculty of fashion design, fashion illustration. I mean, I wonder at times and smile to myself that how could I? Because I think I'm good with presentation, but not very great with faces. So I remember there was this colleague of mine, Mr. Mukesh. I would mention his name here. He is excellent. Oh, bravo. Mwah. इतना अच्छा ड्राइंग बनाते हैं वो, and he is very, very good with illustration. He puts life in the sketch. But parallelly, together as team, he was good with drawings and I was good with presentation. So we made a good team. And I mean, I cherish his drawings and I still remember his drawing. So I remember that I can never be on that level. I know that for that matter. But that does not mean I'm not good. Whatever I do, I'm good with that. So, I mean, what I'm trying to say here is again that be consistent and just do it. There's no harm. I remember when I was studying and I was told by one of my teachers when I visited her in her cabin, she said, these are the sketches done by students. So and I asked her, ma'am, when can I put my sketch? She said, once you have to be on that level. So trust me, I used to draw about 100 sketches a day or to I mean, if you feel it is exaggerate, maybe 80 to 100 sketches. And when I left the college, trust me, she had all my sketches in her cabin. So that is how you have to work, and you would eventually have your own style of drawing. Your style of drawing would be related to you, and I mean, not necessarily, you can just draw it with pen and label the colors, whatever is coming in your head. That is how illustration work. But it is very, very important to have good illustrations in your portfolios. And if you cannot kind of draw it, and once you have learned Adobe Illustrator, you can take it from the net, the croquis, stylize it little, and can kind of drape the garment that you want to. But it is very, very important to upgrade your skill of drawing. Many a times when there are no machines or you do not have the access to things, you can immediately do it on your phones if you have the skill of drawing. So trust me on this and try and upgrade yourself. Wish you all the best. And if you have any questions related to fashion illustration, you can always ask me. I'm here to help you out all. Thank you so much for your patience. Thank you. Look forward of you to share these videos with people who want to pursue design or are feeling a little confused, and also do likes and subscribe. Thank you.